Okay, so I'm coming to you here today. I am going to review the Highpoint 380 ACP. Now, this holds a 380 round. I'll show you what it looks like here. It's about like this. Basically, it has the same size bullet as a 9mm, but let me fix this a little bit. It's the same size bullet as a 9mm, okay? But the actual cartridge or the shell has less gunpowder and smaller. It still gives quite the amount of stopping force that you want, but I would actually probably go with the 9mm. It's just a little bit more powerful, a little bit more accurate. I'd probably go that route. So anyways, I bought this gun about maybe 2 years ago, and it was my first handgun that I've ever owned. I did get another one since then. It's my first handgun that I've ever owned, so I went kind of cheap. This one right here, a couple of years ago, cost about $150. I think now they might go up to, 180, 200, something like that, just because of inflation. But at one point in time, they were about $80 gun. Okay, so let's just take a peek at this and see what it's about. Okay, first off, it does have a 7-round magazine or clip in there. The quality of this clip is not great. I'm going to admit right now, this back end here has a tendency, if you hit it too hard, to pop off and make the spring go flying out. It's good if you're planning on cleaning it a lot. It's not good if you're sitting there putting in your holster. Excuse me, I have some stuff on my face here. Oh, never mind, it's just a glare. Sorry about that. It's not so good if you have this and you're putting in your holster and it pops off like crazy. I can't do it now. No, I can't do it. But anyways, I've actually hit this back part here a couple times, and I don't want to pop it off now because I want the spring to go flying. And it just like completely popped off. The spring went flying, everything like that. Bullets are falling out, all sorts of stuff. So a very cheap magazine or clip. If you do end up purchasing a gun, go out and get a $10 clip that's worth a damn. This one, like I said, only holds 7 rounds, so not very many bullets, and is very cheap. Not very good quality. Okay, looking at the gun itself, it's nothing special, okay? And when you pop it back, put it back into place, you'll notice this, one thing. This is all plastic, all the way down, okay? It's completely plastic, minus a slide right here, which is like, I don't know. It's like some sort of crazy, like way too heavy metal. I don't know what it is. It's probably like aluminum or something like that. But it's junk. I'm trying to make it sound good. It's junk. Okay. Now, the trigger mechanism, also plastic. The guard right here, trigger guard, is plastic. You can actually see the line right there. It's all plastic. Okay, which is good if you're looking to, make a gun cheaper. Because there's ghost guns and they're all plastic and they work just fine. It's good if you're making to make a cheap gun that works, that's affordable, but as far as like quality, it's not there. When I first got this gun, I took it apart and looked at it, and how you have to take this apart, don't want to point this at me, is there's a little pin in here, okay? Probably can't see it, but there's a little pin deep inside there. You have to take a nail or a punch to punch through that, pull this pin out, take the slide back, and then all the components come out with it. And they actually had the, I believe it's a buffer spring in backwards. So I had to take the buffer spring out and put it back in the proper way. I had taken the range before that, and I was wondering why it was shooting so bad. Because I would shoot it, and the slide would just stay back like this, and it wouldn't go back forward. I'd shoot it, and the slide would stay back like this, and it wouldn't go back forward. Once I changed that buffer spring, that corrected that, and I never had to jam up ever again or anything like that. Shooting is almost like I'm shooting like a toy gun that was very not well built. And I feel bad because this is made in America. Highpoint guns are made in America. They're American made. I think, is it out of Ohio? It is out of Ohio. That Ohio Riz, Mansfield, Ohio. That explains a lot, by the way. It's made out of Ohio. And they are a company that sells a lot of guns, and these guns are still very dangerous. They're guns. I mean, they're known for killing the most people probably in America today, or Highpoints, because they're very cheap and easy to acquire. But the quality is, if you're looking for a good quality gun that is going to be reliable every time you shoot it, you pull the trigger, everything like that. This is not your gun. But if you are on a budget and you can't afford anything else but a Highpoint, this is probably your gun, okay? When you shoot it, going back to shooting, I remember shooting it and the accuracy is terrible on this thing. It's absolutely terrible. Maybe from point blank it's really well, or in close quarters it's real good, but trying to shoot, you know, I don't know, probably 20 yards away, it is just like, it is so hard to hit the damn target, and you can try to adjust it all you want. And maybe I'll get out there and try that again, do another video of me adjusting it. But it was bad. I mean, like, it was real bad. And you can say, well, you probably don't know how to shoot a handgun. Well, I have another handgun. I have an issue with that one. I got a 9mm. I had no issue with that. But this 380 just is not great. Like, okay, so when you're shooting, it's just like basically like a toy gun. Like the slides coming back super slow. I think it's just so heavy. It comes back so slow. And the recoil sucks. Just, I actually made a video on me shooting it. You can see where it's just like slow. I couldn't even imagine rapid firing this thing because it would probably jam it up nonstop. Okay. So, like I said, as far as the quality goes, this thing right here, I have a holster. I'll put in a holster right here and I'll carry it outside my pants because there's no concealing this thing. It is massive. All right. I don't know how many inches that is, a couple inches across. It's a massive gun. When I put it in my holster and I put on my pants and I unbuckle my pants, unbuckle my belt, excuse me. I'm getting sidetracked here, I'm in a rush. When I put it in a holster and I put it on my belt and I unbuckle my belt and to use a bathroom or something like that, it literally pulls my pants down. It's so heavy. Okay, it's only open carry for this guy. It's very hard to conceal unless you want to have something jamming into your side. So my overall view on the Highpoint 380 ACP, I'm going to probably give it 1 out of 10. I'm going to give it probably a 4. Okay, I feel good with a 4 because I have seen worse handguns than this. And honestly, if you run out of bullets on this thing, you got a big, heavy, like deal. You got a big, heavy hammer to hit somebody, okay? It is very heavy, all right? And if you break it, you're not going to feel bad because it's not very expensive. $150 gun, like I said, sometimes you can get it for around 100 or 180, but hey, if you only have 150 bucks, great gun. If you have, you know, at least $250, I would go get a Ruger 9mm, okay? Thanks for stepping along with me, or excuse me, stopping by with me and watch me do a review on the Highpoint 380. It is, I don't know. I was thinking about selling it several times, but I think I'll probably save it for my kids so they can practice on something someday when they're 21. All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Have a good day. And remember, guns don't kill people. People kill people.